Welcome to the Art of Snobbery, the series where refinement meets irony and culture is both celebrated and elegantly ridiculed. I'm Captain Help, your loyal guide through life's finer illusions. Today we turn to jazz, the sound of freedom, intellect, and, well, exquisite imperfection. It is, quite simply, the only music in which even silence can be a solo. Jazz isn't a genre, it's an attitude. Where pop wants you to sing along and soul wants you to feel, jazz wants you to think, and maybe to question what thinking even means. It is spontaneous, unpredictable, alive. Every performance is an act of invention, a moment that will never repeat itself. Improvisation is its core, and risk is its religion. Jazz is what happens when structure and freedom fall in love, argue, and somehow make it sound beautiful. It began in early 20th century, New Orleans, where African rhythm met European harmony, and the blues learned to smile through pain. Louis Armstrong and King Oliver played as if joy itself had grown a trumpet. Then came swing, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, elegant, orchestrated perfectly in time, music for tuxedos, cocktails, and confident laughter. But jazz cannot sit still. Soon came bebop, Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Thelonious Monk, small bands, impossible tempos, music not for dancing but for decoding. Then cool jazz, Miles Davis, Chet Baker, Dave Brubeck, smoky, spacious, intellectual, notes that whisper instead of shout. Hard bop brought back grit and gospel. Modal jazz simplified harmony and expanded space. Miles again, Coltrane again, where a single note could stretch like a thought. And then, of course, free jazz, Ornette Coleman breaking the final walls, and fusion, with Herbie Hancock and Weather Report electrifying rebellion. Each wave of jazz is a negotiation between order and anarchy, between the beauty of control and the thrill of letting go. And here's the secret, jazz isn't about the melody, it's about the conversation. Pop speaks to the crowd, soul speaks to the heart. Jazz speaks to the individual mind, curious, restless, unafraid of confusion. It's dialogue in sound, the bass challenges the drums, the piano teases the saxophone, and somehow they all land on the same breath. In jazz, every note is a question, and every silence is a kind of answer. It's the only music that trusts you enough to leave space for uncertainty. As Miles Davis famously said, "It's not the notes you play, it's the notes you don't." Ah yes, the etiquette of jazz. If it's swing, you may dance. If it's bebop or cool jazz, absolutely not. You listen with intensity, with mystery, perhaps with your eyes half closed. A subtle nod, a soft frown, a moment of quiet admiration. These are the gestures of the jazz connoisseur. When a solo ends, you clap, even if you didn't understand a single note. Jazz isn't about understanding, it's about recognizing courage. And one rule above all. Never say, "I like jazz because it's relaxing." That's how you announce that you've only heard elevator music. Pair your jazz as carefully as your words. A soft brie de meaux for the gentleness of cool jazz. An aged comté for the bite of hard bop. And for free jazz, something as wild and blue as Stilton. A glass of whiskey or espresso will do nicely. Never beer, never cider. And if someone asks what you think, murmur, "I love the way he plays between the notes." Perfectly meaningless and therefore perfectly snobbish. Jazz is the art of freedom wearing a tailored suit. It's rebellion that learned manners, intellect that learned to swing, soul speaks to emotion, pop speaks to pleasure. Jazz speaks to curiosity and to those who find beauty in uncertainty. It's not about playing all the right notes, but about knowing when not to play them, because sometimes the most beautiful solo is silence. This was The Art of Snobbery with Captain Help. Each episode of Captain Help explores how we think, live, and stay human in a noisy world. Calm reflections with a hint of irony and a lot of sense. In other words, about smarter every day in every way. Thank you for watching.